So, as you guys do know, I did take the last 2 weeks off, and during that time, a lot has happened around Ripple and XRP, and mainly it is focused on the UAE. A lot of expansions have been happening with specifically the XRP ledger in the UAE, but also Ripple as well. And I definitely think that, this is one thing to focus on because this is fundamentals. They do, really change things around how we look at not just network adoption, but just overall blockchain adoption in general around the world. And things are really accelerating in a big way, which we love to see. And a lot of it is based around, utility. And utility at one point in time is going to be the value driver. And seeing so much adoption and seeing the fundamentals happening in real time and growing as well around the XRP ledger should make you all very bullish about the future. Now, let's talk about what has happened. Number one, let's actually address the long-term partnerships and overall, roots that Ripple has created and put down in the UAE. Going back to 2018 and even prior, there was a lot of moves as well. But, this is the first major documented push from Ripple side in the UAE, which was UAE exchange partners with Ripple for instant cross-border payments. Now, this is, definitely one of the, bigger players in the UAE because it is a leading global money transfer, foreign exchange, and payment solutions brand, but it did partner up with Ripple to enable instant, seamless, real-time cross-border payments. Now, again, we really focus on what was happening during that time. And the main thing was blockchain-powered payments, which did include, of course, XRP and the XRPL. But today, this is only growing more and more and more. And it's actually becoming something very significant where blockchain payments, crypto payments, stablecoin payments, they're the rave. And if you think about that and you go back to 2018 and Ripple was already, ahead of the game back in 2018, think about where they are at now compared to the competition. That's something that I always try to really kind of make you guys aware of because, again, this is something that does matter and it is a very, very big push for Ripple to be this far ahead at this current point in time, considering the fact that, yes, utility will be the main driver. And when that does actually happen, Ripple's right there at the forefront with XRP and the XRPL. Now, let's talk about some of the big things that have happened in just the last few years. Number one, going back to 2023, Ripple expanded in the Middle East. They deepened commitments with their new office, and also they brought the annual global conference to Dubai. This was Ripple Swell, and back in 2023, they did highlight a lot of big moves that they did make, and it did include, of course, the UAE in a huge way. So this was definitely big. Now, from that point on, we only continue to see more and more moves being made within the UAE. For an example, we go over here to August of just last year, where Ripple did launch an effort to promote blockchain innovation in the UAE. Now, if we actually look at this, we could see down here that blockchain solutions provider Ripple is set to team up with Dubai's DIFC Innovation Hub. This is to accelerate blockchain and digital assets innovation within the UAE. Now, from that point on, we only continue to see this relationship grow more and more and more. For example, we go back to November 7th of 2024. Where UAE stablecoin regulation was spotlighted by Ripple, which was a blueprint for financial innovation. And we actually have down here that stablecoin issuance and use is rising around the world, with the market projected to reach $3 trillion within the next 5 years. And of course, new regulations from the Central Bank of the UAE designed to integrate dirham-backed stablecoins and as well as non-AED-backed stablecoins into its financial systems are emblematic of this shift. They not only help cement the UAE's position as a global leader in the digital asset space, but also reflect a broader trend of progressive crypto regulation in the country. Now, we already know that stablecoins are a huge deal at this point. It's the number one reason why we really kind of spotlighted RLUSD so heavily. But the fact that the UAE is starting to accelerate and starting to push forward like this was a very good sign. Now, it's a very big sign at this point because of all the moves made around Ripple. For an example, recently, back in October of 2024 as well, Ripple did receive an in-principle approval from the Dubai Financial Services Authority. Soon after, back in March of this year, Ripple secured a regulatory approval from the Dubai Financial Services Authority, making them the first blockchain payments provider licensed in the DIFC. This milestone unlocks fully regulated cross-border crypto payments in the UAE, bringing faster, cheaper, and more transparent transactions to a $40 billion market. And I want you guys to understand just how long it took Ripple to get this license, even though they were working within and around the UAE region for so long. I mean, we're going all the way back to 2018 and even prior. And then officially in 2025, they get a full regulatory approval. This is a very big sign of just how quick things are starting to change now because of the accelerated shift. I mean, you got to think about it like this. Back in 2023 is when they started to expand into the Middle East with new offices in, Dubai, for an example. So when we think about what's going on, right, we're starting to see blockchain and crypto taken seriously in a huge way within the UAE because they understand how crucial it is to be first. Like I said, the push here and the race around technology is happening in real time. Now, here we have from May 26th, Dubai chooses XRP ledger to power new real estate tokenization initiative. This is only 2 months after this announcement. Over 3,000 investors have reportedly showed interest as Dubai aims for $16 billion in tokenized real estate by 2033. And this could all be on the XRP ledger. Now, this announcement is definitely big because we've talked about, tokenization so many times, and we've also addressed how big, real estate actually is and why real estate will also be tokenized in a huge way. The fact that the XRP ledger is now at the forefront of this, massive market. I mean, got to think about it like this. The global real estate market is over $300+ trillion, closing in on $400 trillion. We love to see this. This is great. So again, this is just another big step, and it's also a step made within Dubai, aka the UAE. I'm bringing all of this up because of this, okay? This is huge. This got posted on May 28th, just recent. Vivo Power raises $121 million to launch XRP treasury strategy with Saudi royal backing. Vivo Power International, a NASDAQ-listed energy company, said on Wednesday it has entered into agreement for a $121 million private share placement to fund its pivot to digital asset treasury focusing on XRP, the fourth largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization. The fundraising was led by Saudi Prince. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name because I would butcher it, and I just don't think that that's a respectful thing to do. Who is also the chairman of 11th Holding Company, investing $100 million himself. A spokesperson to the company told CoinDesk. Now, the company intends to sell 20 million ordinary shares priced at $6.05 per share, according to a Wednesday SEC filing. A former executive of SBI Ripple Asia is joining the company as chairman of the board of advisors as well, according to the press release. So again, we love to see this. This is just more and more of a spotlight on just how focused on XRP institutional players are, major enterprise players as well. And we also have a quote down here that after reviewing a number of listed vehicles seeking to embrace a digital asset treasury model, we selected Vivo Power given its strategic focus on XRP and its objective to contribute to building out of the XRP ledger ecosystem. We have been investors in the digital asset sector for a decade and have been long-term holders of XRP as well. Again, this highlights how bullish XRP actually is and how serious XRP is taken outside of the retail sector. Now, on top of that, this is being announced off the back of this announcement back on the 14th, which was the president of Ripple, Monica Long, had the honor of meeting with His Highness at Dubai FinTech Summit. We continue to be impressed with the leadership demonstrated by Dubai as it establishes itself as one of the world's leading hubs for digital assets. And here we actually have from the Dubai media office, and this is Ahmed bin Sayed, meets with global finance industry leaders participating in the Dubai FinTech Summit 2025. The meeting explored opportunities for collaboration in expanding digital payment infrastructure and accelerating innovation across the financial ecosystem. And of course, Ripple is right in the middle of everything. I mean, at this point, I've said it many times over, Ripple is always there. No matter what it is, Ripple is making their name known. But outside of this, we also have a big update, which was Ripple payments momentum is building in the UAE. This is from the 19th. Following our DFSA license, Zand Bank and Mamo Pay are now live on Ripple payments, bringing always-on blockchain-powered cross-border payments to one of the world's top remittance hubs. Guys, like I said, when we think about what's going on here, from 2018 to now, everything is starting to accelerate. It took years for people to realize how bullish some of these moves were. Today, these types of moves are happening almost weekly. This is how fast things are actually changing around crypto. The adoption, the acceptance of this tech is starting to become accelerated like no other time before. This is why regulations, and this is also why the spotlight on how disruptive this tech actually is so important. And here we have the official statements. So Ripple builds on Dubai regulatory license to announce Zand Bank and Mamo as first blockchain-enabled payments clients in the UAE. And we have a little bit of a breakdown around Ripple and Ripple payments themselves, right? But we have here since becoming the first blockchain-enabled payments provider to be licensed by the Dubai Financial Services Authority. Again, this just happened back in March. Ripple has established partnerships with Zand Bank and Mamo, who will utilize Ripple's blockchain-enabled cross-border payment solution. This functionality, paired with the new DFSA license, enables Ripple to manage payments end-to-end on behalf of its customers, moving funds across the globe 24/7, 365, and settling payments in a matter of minutes, reducing time and friction and making the movement of value in and out of the UAE dramatically more efficient. Securing our DFSA license enables Ripple to better serve the demand for solutions to the inefficiencies of traditional cross-border payments, such as high fees, long settlement times, and lack of transparency in one of the world's largest cross-border payment hubs. Our new partnerships with Zand Bank and Mamo are a testament to the momentum that the license has created for our business. As the global cross-border payments market grows, the leadership demonstrated by authorities in the UAE to create a supportive environment for crypto innovation has positioned the nation and its native companies to benefit from the transformative power of blockchain technology to drive efficiency and innovation in payments. Now, also we have a quote down here. So as a pioneering financial institution with a full-fledged banking license, Zand Bank is paving the way for a stronger digital economy by offering innovative financial products as well as AI and blockchain solutions alongside our institutional-grade digital asset custodial services. Our collaboration with Ripple highlights our commitment to empowering global payment solutions through blockchain technology. Moreover, we are excited to soon launch an AED-backed stablecoin designed to further enhance seamless and efficient transactions in the rapidly evolving digital economy. And I do suspect that we are going to see that AED-backed stablecoin launch on the XRP ledger. Now, this also aligns with what I've talked about in the past, where we do start to see the entire FX market moving on chain, with the XRP ledger and XRP right at the center point for all of this. And of course, we do have The UAE is on an incredible growth path, with over 1 million businesses expected to call it home by 2030. At Memo, we're proud to be at the forefront of this journey, making global payments simpler and more accessible for everyone. Our partnership with Ripple is a big step forward. It allows us to offer faster, more reliable cross-border payments for both businesses and consumers, helping companies across the UAE scale with confidence. And, at the end of the day, when we think about what's going on here, Ripple is extremely regulated. They cover over 90 plus payout markets, which represents 90% coverage of the daily FX market. They continue to grow partnerships, connections. They continue to network with some of the biggest names out there. And yes, they continue to expose XRP to massive markets through a lot of these major announcements. Regardless of if you think this matters or not, the future is going to be built on DLT rails and digital rails. The future of crypto and the value around these cryptocurrency projects will heavily rely on what real world utility and utilization itself is happening based on these networks. If we think about that, that makes the XRP ledger and XRP extremely valuable right now because of all of these moves that are set to go live and also accelerate utilization of the underlying network, which impacts the gas token, in this case XRP. These moves are not small, and they are not insignificant to the overall view here, which is, yes, a very valuable XRP. I do suspect that will happen. I think that we are in the beginning stages of the big plan, and I'm very excited to see what happens going forward. But it's very clear that Ripple continues to expand and continues to network and grow, and also their roots continue to expand globally as well, which is leading us to the blockchain revolution that we've been talking about for years. Ripple is one of the biggest names in this space. And I think that it's very clear that the tech race that we've been addressing for quite some time is only accelerating more and more, which is even more bullish for a lot of these utility-based projects like XRP. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys definitely leave a like, subscribe, to notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, this has been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.